if you're tired of losing your luggage in the cruise terminal, I've got something for you. I'm Brandy, and this is Making It My Own DIYs. Welcome. Today we're making luggage tassels. I got 4 ideas for you. And actually, there's really one way to do this, and I'm going to give you a bunch of ideas of how you can make it your own. So you're going to choose a fabric that you really like. I like to get these little squares from Dollar Tree in their crafters section. You can get a bunch of different fabrics. You can get them to holidays or nature or decor or whatever you choose that you like. It can match your luggage, or it can be highly contrasted from your luggage so that you can find that easily. My luggage happens to be navy blue with brown, and I want to be able to find that amongst the other black and dark colored luggage when I get to the cruise terminal. So a good way for me to be able to do that is to make my own little tags to put on my pieces of luggage. We did something like this in Mexico when we went on a cruise. It was we tore our bandanas and we tied our bandanas around the handle of our luggage so we could easily recognize it when we were debarking and picking our luggage up to make the process a little bit quicker. And I thought, we can do something prettier than just a handkerchief or just a bandana of sorts. We can make it something that will actually be an accessory to our luggage. So I hope you like this idea. We are going to be making little tassels, and this first one is going to be mine. I'm going to be making these in 3 different lengths. One for my carry-on bag, which is the shortest. That's what you're seeing me make now. And then I'm going to show you how to make the longer one for your large luggage and a shorter one for your medium-sized luggage. If you happen to carry 3 bags with you, you can also put one on your purse or your computer bag if you would like. So lots of ideas for this. I say cruise because I'm not sure how it works when you go on an airplane, if you can have all the extra stuff hanging off. But for a cruise, this is totally okay. So I've torn this into strips. I've frayed the edges of my fabric, and I've found some beautiful coordinating ribbons that I already had here in my home. And I'm just adding those. I'm cutting them all the same length. And then I'll have a piece of ribbon that I'm going to use in the middle to tie our tassel together. This is so easy, y'all. So easy. We're going to just put it underneath the stack of ribbons and fabric. And by the way, you can do this all with fabric if you want. You can just really make it however you want. They're so easy to customize. So right in the middle, I'm going to tie a knot with a piece of coordinating ribbon. Trying to keep the little stack even here, but don't worry, if you don't get it right in the middle, you can always go back and when you're trimming your ends up to try to make it a little more even, or if you like it at a bunch of different heights and lengths, you can certainly do it that way, and you'll see me doing that on a few of these as well. So we're going on a cruise, and we are going to be going to the Bahamas. And I decided that I would make one for myself. And then after I made a set for myself, I thought, the girls who are also going to be going on this cruise and participating in the instructions on this crafty cruise getaway would also enjoy having some tags. So I found out what color their luggage was, and then I made them tags to go along with theirs. So this is just easy. You're just watching me give you a bunch of different ideas in this video and listening to this upbeat, happy, cruising and sunny vacation music. So just watch it, think about all the ways you can do your own, and enjoy the video. Now you can slant the ends of your ribbon if you want to keep it from fraying. You can also cut it at a dovetail, which is folding it over and cutting into it. For this video, and most of these, I think I'm just going to be cutting these at a slant. So you see how small this is? This was about 8-inch strips of ribbon. And I'm making this little bitty one. She's a small one. So after you tie it in the middle, you're going to fold it over right in the center. And then we're going to make the little cap for the tassel, which is the little tie in the middle. I'll show you how you can hot glue a ribbon on to do it this way. But if you don't have a glue gun and you're not a particularly crafty person, you can still do this by tying the ribbon. And I'll show you a couple of ways that you can do that as well. I'm just going to roll it and roll it over on itself so that this becomes part of what makes this work and part of what makes it look cute. You can find lots and lots of ribbon in Dollar Tree. Like I said, you can look in their current section, like their holiday, whatever the holiday is, you'll find some seasonal things. And then there'll be a whole shelf, a whole display of striped and polka dot and solid color ribbons in any color you can imagine. The main thing that I want to do is have a floppy ribbon, so I don't necessarily want any wire in my ribbon. I do have some ribbon that I like though. This is number 2, that I'm going to show you what you can do if it has wire in it. So this is a piece that came out of the, I think it says Coastal, something like that at Dollar Tree. Really nice for a cruise and a beach vacation, I think. And we're just going to pull this into strips. Now there are some occasions when I can easily strip this, just pull it right on the line, and sometimes I have to actually make a little cut and then pull it. What I have is about 18 inches. It's more than you actually need. Really only about 12 inches is necessary for you to do a tassel. And now this is wired, very pretty color, and I love the way it looks with this. So I want to use it. I'm just going to trim it down, and then you can push the edge of the fabric down and grab the end of that wire, and then just pull it right out of there. You're just going to strip that wire right out. And now you have a floppy ribbon. If you want it to have a frayed edge, you can cut right on the inside where it's stitched, and then you'll have a floppy piece of ribbon there as well. This one also has a little wire. It's like a denim color. I'm just going to pull those out. You can save those for other projects, but if you're not going to be doing any more crafting, just crumple those up and put them in the trash or the recycling bin. Just going to keep adding whatever colors you think are going to look good in your little tassel. Let your imagination just run wild. I chose this ribbon also because it looks like sand. Kind of reminds me of sand and shells. And it actually matches some of the little stars that are in this fabric. And I go underneath with a piece of this white satin ribbon. You can use very thin ribbon, you can use jute cording, you can use baker's twine. Whatever you have that you want to use here is going to be okay as long as it is a tight tie so that this doesn't fall off. I just kind of squeeze it in the middle, pinch it in the middle. Ideally, I would want to flip this down so that my fabric is rolled outward, so it makes more of a conical shape rather than completely flat. Tie a good tight double knot in there. And see, that section of it is going to be where you attach it to your bags. All right, I'm going to grab the top and squeeze it. Try to get it laying smoothly so that we can tie over it tight and smooth. And then take another piece, and if you don't want to glue it down, all you have to do is tie like a double knot in here, and it will hold it in place. Think of all the beautiful options for you to put tassels onto your baggage to take on the cruise. It's going to get a little extra attention as well as, you know, helping you to find your baggage and not having to look forever for it. When we get done from a cruise, say we go to the cruise, we love the cruise, we're excited to be there, but when it's time to go home, we are ready to get out of that terminal and get on back to our car and get going where we gotta go. It's usually a pretty far travel for somebody in the group. So yeah, we like to be done when it's time to be done. And I love being able to easily identify my baggage amongst everybody else's without having to get up close and see another black bag or another gray bag, you know? It just makes it a little bit better. Now you could actually use this one more for a masculine bag if you wanted to, you know, if you have a manly man with you, but most of the time, in fact every cruise I've taken, and I'm on my 6th one, has been with women. So, you know, ladies like their accessories, and this is just fun. And you can make these for your friends. You know, if you're going on a girls trip, you could do this for everybody. If you know what kind of luggage they like or that they have, what color they have, or if you know what their favorite colors are. 2 of the ladies in our group really love pink. So I have decided that I want to use pink in theirs, and you'll get a glimpse at what I made for them. This is just very easy. And for those of you who don't know, we trim so that they don't fray as much. Yeah, that's why. Fluff it out, shaking it around is going to help fluff it out, give it some space, give it some movement in all of your ribbon. If you're afraid that something might slip off, you can always add a little extra hot glue right under the knot, and that'll hold it in place. And then I'm trying to make sure that the top of this is rounded, so I pull my ribbons down, and you can move them around because they're not glued in place to get the best front forward. Cute. And then we have the ribbons on top where you can tie it to your bag. And then you can do new sets for every trip you take. You could collect these as, as something to remember your trip. Do something different every time. See the easy, easy knot right there. Easy. All right, now we're going to move on to the third one. This one has beautiful feathers on it. It's bright and lively, and I think it's adorable. So this is for one of the ladies that I'm going on the trip with. She already knows though. So I'm going to grab up some coordinating ribbons. It's pretty easy. I mean, I'm a crafter. I have lots of ribbons, so I have so many to choose from. Like these. And see, sometimes I can't get it to tear, but sometimes you can. Ideally, probably about, I wouldn't go maybe over 1.5 inches on how wide you make those strips of fabric. Probably wouldn't go any wider than that. And keep in mind, if you get past 18 inches doing this, it's going to be a very long tassel, and it may start to hang on stuff and not look as full and as pretty. So you might want to try to keep it somewhere between 12 and 18 inches if you can for the longest one that you do. And you can just do one. You don't have to do a set of 3. In fact, you can do a set of 5 if you want to. Totally up to you. I just like the idea of like small, medium, and large and putting it in small, medium, and large baggage. I just think it's a cute idea. You can use as many strips of the fabric as you want to. You're still going to have fabric left for other times if you want to save that for another trip. I'm going to add a little bit of, you can see right through this pretty pink ribbon. And look at this trim. You got 9 feet of that on a roll. Really pretty too. Also from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use some more wired ribbon, and I'm just going to pull that out of there. And same thing with this pretty green. It's like a seafoam green. And then I like the contrast of this yellow and orange. And there's a lot of yellow and orange also in that fabric. So it looks really cute together, I think. Very harmonious, the colors are. And then once you get your ribbons out, you can just stack them in any way that you like, fabric or ribbon, any way that you like. You don't necessarily have to do this where you separate them, but I have found that when I'm making my tassels and I separate the ribbon like this, I get a little bit of each of the fabric turned the right direction on the front and the back, or from side to side, if that makes sense to you. I just like to do it better that way, but you don't have to. You really don't have to. That's pretty. And it's curly and it won't lay flat, so it's going to be kicked out on the sides once the little tassel is done. It's going to be pretty. I hope you like these ideas, and I hope you find these helpful and that it opens your mind to some ways that you can make your cruising experience a little bit better, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. I mean, because face it, when we're paying for tickets to go on a cruise, we're investing some money there. We're investing some money in our travel and our excursions. So if we can save some money but still make something very nice for ourselves, I think that's a really great idea. So again, we're tying in the middle. This is the thin ribbon here that I'm using. But we're tying it in the middle. We're cupping it over in our hand, kind of squeezing it down, flattening that out all the way to under where I'm going to put the ribbon. Then I'm going to choose whatever ribbon I want to go underneath it. And then this one we're going to tie as well and tie it in a few knots. If you want to cut a piece and leave it long and leave it as piece of the tassel, you can do that too. And you'll see me do that in just a minute. So that's an option for you as well if you don't want to waste anything or have any little cut pieces in there. And what you're seeing are the longer ones that I have done. So this would be maybe more suitable for a big piece of luggage. Fluff it out, Look at the little curlies there. That's so cute. I should have added more of those in there. If I would have known that's how it was going to look, I would have put a lot more. And then again, I'm going to dovetail or either cut it at a slant, and you can cut some a little shorter, some a little tall, you know, a little bit longer, leave them a little bit longer. However you want to do this. You can add beads to this. You can put beads on the top. You can put what I did, which you don't see in this video, but I went back and personalized the letter. I hand painted the letters on little wood pieces that I got from, I think it was from Dollar Tree. And I just hand painted the first letter of each of our names. And then I tied those over right where I tied the top of the tassel. So they look very cute, and they're a little personalized, and it's just cute. It's cute, y'all. I've said cute a billion times, but I really want y'all to try this. I really want somebody to do this and enjoy it. Have fun making it, right? Cruises are all about having fun. Let's have fun before we even go. I know I get excited as soon as I pay for my ticket. I'm ready to go. I'm excited and just full of joy and just ready to have fun and get out there and visit and just let your hair down. I love it. Okay, so here is another one. And this one I'm using the tie-dye fabric with. Are you getting ideas now? Are you thinking of what you could use? Maybe if you don't want to go to Dollar Tree and buy fabric, do you maybe have an old cotton shirt, maybe one of your husband's old shirts that you can rip into shreds? Maybe you really like the print of an old sheet. Can you tear that and make some tassels with it? Think outside the box. Really think about what you can do to make this a fun experience. You might even can get your kids in on it and maybe choose some fabrics that your kids really like. You know, maybe they're into Spider-Man and you've got some ribbon that's black and white and red, and you could do one of these for them and put their initial on it. How cool would that be? So this is for another one of the ladies, and I have cut this into pieces as well. The patterns are a little different. It's kind of mixed up a little bit. We got some stripes and some tie-dye and some pastels and some brighter, you know, colors in there. And it's just a little bit different, but still the same thing. There's some more of that little ribbon with the little loops on it. And some more of that translucent kind of ribbon. I don't think you could use like a paper ribbon, in case anybody is asking or wondering. I don't think you can, but I know the weight of fabric and the ribbon that I used is heavy enough to hold that tassel shape. So, you know, play around with it though. You may find something that you can use. So are y'all professional now? Do you feel like you could definitely do this? I feel like you can. Do you personalize anything when you go on a cruise? Do you like to do matching t-shirts or t-shirts with your names on them? Do you do hats? Do you do beach towels? Maybe you do like water bottles that are personalized with your names on them? I'm always interested to know what other people do. I was struggling with that one, y'all. It's very important if you wear glasses, put them on. It helps a lot. There we go. Now I'm going to cut a little piece here. And on this ribbon, I'm going to leave it long. I'll tie it off, and then I'm going to leave it long to show you that if you would like to leave it as part of the tassel, you can certainly do that. I'm trying to get my ribbon even on the ends when I tie it. That's what I was doing with the little wiggling there. I'll move it up just a little bit and then tie that off. I'm really surprised that this ribbon is as strong as it is. It looks like it would be so fragile, but it is not. So now if you wanted to leave that and push it down into there, you could certainly do that. But I just decided that I wanted to trim it off, and I do that shortly. And I'm also going to go ahead and fix all of those little tails just like we did on the other ones. We don't want anything to be, frayed. There is that little trick with the lighter. I don't recommend it. Pretend like you didn't even hear me say that. Some people use that to seal off the tails of their ribbons as well. I'm going to make sure that I'm pulling out all the extra pieces of frayed fabric there. I want to make sure I'm doing that. If you put your fingernail on the back of the fabric with a wrinkle, it will help pull that down straight too. It'll help pull the kink out of it. It's my experience. But you can iron your fabric first if you want to, but it's totally okay. I'm looking at the lengths of the ribbons to decide if I want them to be any longer or any shorter. And you can see you can go ahead and trim down, cut some shorter if you would like. I just decided to cut these off. You could also tie a bow in there if you wanted to, but I think it's not necessary just for a tassel. Sometimes we have a tendency as crafters to do a little too much. So yeah, I just decided against that. Look at all that color. You could spot that on your luggage, can't you? Yes. Well, never more will I take a cruise without having a pretty little tassel on my luggage. Yeah, see, I'm just going to snip that off. No worries. These are all the ones that we did, and then plus 3 of mine over there. So this is one set. So this is a long one and a shorter one that I did. Mixed it up a little bit with the ribbons so they don't match exactly, but close enough. Another set. There's a set here that's got more of pastels in it and little stripes in it. One's longer than the other. These are mine. The ones that I chose to make for myself. You see there's a long one on one side, there's a medium there, and then on the table here is the short one. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you feel like this was valuable information to you, and hit that notification bell. I hope that you are getting ready to cruise sometime soon. We have a great time on our cruises. It is a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy these tassels and that you make one for your own for your very next vacation. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you soon. Bye!